What do you think would happen after we die?
Obviously, like with religion and Islam in specific, you got a waiting period and then you either go to like heaven or hell. But like sometimes you just gotta take the leap of faith and be like, fuck it, yeah, that's true, you know? You can't always take things to the absolute. If you think everything in the absolute way, like you're gonna go insane, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're asking, why are two teenagers sitting on a bench talking about death in front of a camera? I don't know. No, seriously, I actually don't know. Jokes aside, don't write a comment saying, he's back. Because I realized I can't do YouTube videos full time. At least not at the moment. There's 3 things in life I want to prioritize: university, editing, and football. So don't be surprised if you see me upload 1 to 2 months later again. Also, don't be surprised if you see me upload 3 videos in a week. You never know. I'll make sure it's quality. And I promise I won't leave this YouTube channel for more than 2 months. Anywho, it was a sunny day in Luton. Who am I kidding? When is it ever sunny in this And I plan to go to London. Met Don right here. Knew him for about 3 years now. We went to a cemetery, recorded footages you're gonna see later in this video. While walking together, I brought up the topic of the video: death. Saw a bench, told him let's record here, and here we are. So that answers your question on why we were talking about it. Enjoy.
Why is everyone always constantly looking at the camera though? Like, why can't we just
look at it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay then. By the way, this guy, he took me around London. Shout out to him, man.
We went to Waterloo Park, and then right beside there's Highgate Cemetery.
Yeah.
And we just went on a tour over there.
And then they blocked the...
But yeah, we went to Highgate Cemetery.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that you had to buy like tickets to get in, you know what I mean?
£10, you know?
Nah, but you know, the lady was nice to us.
Yeah, I know, but £10, bro.
But yeah, £10 is a bit too much.
What do you think would happen after we die?
Obviously, like with religion and Islam in specific, you got a waiting period and then you either go to like heaven or hell. But like sometimes you just gotta take the leap of faith and be like, fuck it, yeah, that's true, you know? What I'm trying to say is like sometimes in life you just gotta take a risk and like a leap. And I just took my like risk and leap of faith and be like, yeah.
This is where you want to be.
Yeah. For example, like science, it'll just tell you you're just gonna die. Nothing else is gonna happen afterwards. Your energy is gonna be spread around the earth, which is a beautiful thing, and I like it. Like if I ever die, I would want to be buried somewhere natural, like a forest, just so that my energy goes around there. You know. I don't want to be like in a proper cemetery, actually. I always tell people like, bro, please, if I die, like by a nice river in the middle of the jungle, you know what I mean? Just put me there and let me just be one with nature, you know what I mean? People should be more like open about death, and it should be less taboo. It's a very big cultural and historic thing. You know how people make big mausoleums or the pyramids or whatever it is in general. Our like culture and society today should like take it more serious and respected.
You know, when people say like, okay, after we die, for example, it's gonna be like a black screen, basically. What's the point of life if it's gonna be just a black screen, you know? Like all this struggle, all this obstacles, all this...
I feel like people emphasize in what's after life too much. Then like they don't really like care to be in the moment.
Is he talking about me?
There's a really high chance for
he is actually talking about me.
In the first place, you know? Like just experiencing it by itself is like a privilege. And like I feel like this privilege was given by God. If you do it mathematically, statistically, I feel like the chances of even like being here in the first place is like ultimately like really like low, you know?
Yeah.
So I think we should be more like thankful about that.
God put us on this earth, on this universe, and he knows the outcome.
Yeah.
Why did he put us here in the first place if he knows the outcome? Okay, it's a test, you know?
Yeah.
But why put us in a test when you know the result? This is a question I ask myself.
Going on a road trip too, or like going on a flight. Like obviously, like you know where you're gonna end up, and God knows where you're gonna end up. But like the paths you choose is still undecided. Like God probably knows, but he gave us the freedom of choice. You know, unlike the angels, I mean apparently, or what it said in the Quran, like the angels, they don't have a choice. They just do whatever God tells them to, you know?
Yeah.
For us, we still have a choice. Like we can decide to do whatever we want, whatever we feel, you know? But he will obviously know what's the outcome
is gonna be.
The choices, the decisions is still unmade, you know?
Like these thoughts, of course, it made me pro-religion, basically. Like, you know how now in the UK it's all, oh, now God, and it's a godless place, basically.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
atheist. But I feel like it's like a culture, you know? It's like its own religion. Like atheism feels like its own religion because, you know, like how most atheists, they're also like liberals. I feel like, I feel like there's a connection. Like, you know, this identity, it's kind of like its own religion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a more Christian community or a more Islamic community would have like a different lifestyle than like and different cultures and different like choices in life they would make compared to like someone who's like liberal and atheist. In the end of the day, I feel like, you know, you can tell that you're agnostic or you don't believe in religion, but in the end of the day, it's like you're already in that belief system. So it's kind of like a category beside religion, but it's technically not, you know what I mean?
At the same time, when you say atheism is like a religion, but they don't have like, you know how the Quran has a set of rules and there are countries who like, you know, follow the rules.
Yeah.
And then they're like, atheism is like no rules.
I mean,
no,
like being politically correct, you know,
yes,
shit like that.
Yeah,
that's like one of their only rules.
Yeah.
But I feel like other than that, they don't have a lot of rules, which makes the people under that faith, under that category, weak. You know, I feel like they feel mentally weak. There's a higher chance of them being more depressed and abused to substances and like less structure in life. You know, like the thing with religion, it gives you a lot of structure in life. It gives you discipline, you know. Obviously, you can be agnostic and atheist and still like get those lessons in life. But like religion basically gives you like this manifesto, this book, this like path in like a very clear way. You know what I mean?
It's like a guidebook, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. And like it teaches you like life lessons. It teaches you what like to do and what not to do if you want to be a better person. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got science to back it up, and like that's what atheism do. Like they use science as their guidebook. You know what I mean? But these days, they're using it to the point where they're trying to skew up science. And for me, as a science enthusiast, I'm like, fuck you, like no.
Yeah. I feel like atheism is like for smart people. If they want to actually have a moral compass. Do you want to add anything other than that?
Nah, like. Nah. I saw what I said.
Yeah.
Came out of the topic a bit.
It's basically like whatever you believe, what happens in the afterlife is what religion you end up believing in. For me, if I thought it was for nothing,
then you'd be
then
an atheist.
I wouldn't be a Muslim. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but no one talks about it.
I think one of the beauty about life is not knowing what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
It gives, like, if you already know what's going to happen, then what's the point of life? It makes you appreciate life even more.
That's true. But anyways, I think that's the end. Yeah.